those things you should mention, and you should implement those in your mobile applications. Okay, so this is about finally managing the enterprise mobility. After you come up with the security, this is the managing enterprise mobility. Mobility means when you are talking about managing mobility, it's basically apps, device, and users. So managing the applications, different versioning of the applications, devices. When I'm talking about managing devices, like you should have a prevention of locking the device from the remote, remote wipe, right? Tracking the geolocation of a mobile, different stuff you can do, or you can unaccess the users. So that's you have a user management on your so all these things combines the enterprise mobile security. But there is one more thing is like enterprise mobility comprises of containerization. Containerization is basically you can separate the enterprise data and you can separate the user data. So there is a technique for, but Apple takes it very differently. Apple does not use much support on the containerization because the experience with the user is very bad. Because what happens is like if I provide a containerization in the app, so my app is being controlled by the third-party servers, right? So suddenly I can provide the locks on the screen. I can do all the like admin wants to implement some policies, so he can just push those policies on the app. So user does not feel comfortable using those things. So Apple is trying in a different way. He's using some peer-to-peer VPN connectivity and other stuff. So basically the virtualization. Okay. So I would just explain about what is the experience that Indegene has in building a hybrid app. We have a very unique experience in building the hybrid apps. We build the apps for the multiple platforms, secure and cost-effective model, container for the web view. So approach is basically embedding the web portion into the native app. We have already a native app, we are embedding that portion into the web app, right? So we have segregated the network layer UI content, and what we are doing is like the content layer we are having as a common layer for all the different platforms. The content layer which we are building is basically all your interacting stuff, UI stuff. So that is being totally separated. We want that to be very common, and we are hosting that in the server. Server is from the app connects with the server and downloads that content, right? And basically we have that common content because we don't want to build that same content for the different sizes on the different devices. So just to reduce the cost, we want that content to be available on all the devices. So these are some of the like features and what we have. This is basically an approach what we did. So what I just give you some kind of a nutshell experience that what we have done it. So I don't have much time, so I would just finish it much. This is the kind of security we have implemented in our hybrid apps. So these are the features. It renders the HTML, it's customizable, it can be connected to the backends, so meets the demands of the web content on mobile. We have the tracking LMS platform. We have our own tracking platform, learning management system, which does all the analytical stuff. And this app has a feature of interacting with the Google Analytics also. So our learning management system is being used by the thousands of companies, and we have hundreds of users using those for their learning management stuff. Okay, so this is a hybrid app. If you want to take a look, you can just take a look. I have this app available. You can connect with me later, and I can share the credentials, and I will be most happy to give you the access, and you can check that on your tablets, right? So basically, Indegene, we are a healthcare market leader in providing healthcare services. So we are a decade-old company. Our mission is to deliver solutions for healthcare and life sciences, and tomorrow by integrating expertise in the technology, medical science, and communications. So we are a purely healthcare service company. So we build products, services, and we have a domain expertise in the healthcare section, right? So this is our products, innovations. What we do is like we have a tele-video detailing where the reps and HCPs can connect with each other, right? We have this has a lot of features, like we have the co-browsing stuff where you can share your vaulted content within the HCPs, right? Then we have the content sharing. It has the tablets. It can be supported on the different devices, right? So we have the wipe-based functionality available in that. So there are a lot of things which are available in this platform. So this is some of the platforms as well as the apps and products on the mobility which Indegene has. So we are embracing SMAC, social, mobile, analytics, and cloud. We are bringing everything together to give you the experience on the healthcare, right? So these are some of the products on the mobility, global tele-video detailing, as I already told, document management system for the enterprises. Then we have the case doc, call doc, a suite of apps for the HCPs. It's a one bundle of a lot of apps together which gives a seamless experience to the HCPs. Then we have the big data analytic tool for RAI. We have the research analytical tool within our company. We have that tools available with us for customizing the reports, tracking, and it gives a complete overview of the different data which is available for the healthcare. Then we have basically these different patient programs, adherence programs, scientific and medical apps, HCP and patient learning modules. We have these platforms, learning management system, Live Central, Optimus, Trialpedia. So if anyone is interested in exploring those stuff, please contact me. I would be happy to give you more information and connect with our people and have the discussions and other stuff. Thank you for your time. Yep.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish.
Yep.
So
I am very sorry because I was thinking that it went a little bit late, so I just...
here is the certificate of appreciation.
Thank you very much. Yep. And thanks for all the listeners.
Okay, now we have Mr. Saurabh Soni from SL Finances who will be educating us on returns of app investment. There's a slight change in the schedule. Pratibha Pillai will be talking at 4:15.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a little tough when you know that you are running for a lunch session and people are very eagerly waiting to have that fish and pudding and rasmalai over there. So I'll try and wrap it up. I've already curtailed my slides. Don't worry about that. So I'll try and finish it within 30 minutes. That's my target deadline. Okay. I'm not going to talk anything on technology right now. I think a lot of technological stuff has been talked about. What I'm going to talk about is if you invest in a mobile application or if you sell a mobile application, how do you get returns out of it? What are those qualitative returns, quantitative returns, and the social impact of having a mobile application within your group or selling a mobile application in the market? Again, I'll not take a lot of time over here. These are numbers which all of us are very much aware about, and in the earlier presentations, a lot of numbers and the way the market has been exploded has been talked about. So I'm going to skip these numbers at a very fast rate. About the Indian app market, Indian app market is now catching up pace with the world, especially from 2013 onwards. It's pegged around 1621 crores in the year 2015. This is very Indian specific Gartner research, so I thought I should share with the team over here. Now, what happens is we are now in today's world touched by apps, the way in 2000 we were touched by brands everywhere. We are connected by apps in every single fashion, I would say, and we knowingly or unknowingly use them to a very great extent. Some of the data that was shared earlier from US perspective and which I also had was, on an average, a man uses 30 hours of his month time on mobile application, that is one day, and a woman close to about 33 hours. So that is the kind of time we have started investing in a mobile application, knowingly, unknowingly. The only common device that you sleep with, or the only common object that you sleep with for all 365 days is your mobile phone. Even your partners may change, but your mobile phones will not change. They will be there with you for all those 365 days besides your bed. That is the kind of impact a mobile phone and a mobile app is bringing on in our daily lives. So what happens? We were like this before. The moment we install, we become like this. We become the Jim Carrey of the Mask movie. And we knowingly and unknowingly try and do all those techie things which earlier we were very reluctant in doing. My father can connect with my 4-year-old son using a Skype video. Now this for me is a technological evolution because my father is 65-year-old, my son is 4-year-old, and both of them are connected using the same technology now. This is revolution. I am now specifically going to talk about enterprise mobility and how does it help. The entire returns point is from a corporate which is trying to invest into it, at the same time an app developer who's trying to sell a mobile application. So people become much more productive when you start using mobile applications in your company. The processes become much more intelligent, and the customers in turn are much more satisfied. Let's come to the piece of ROI. If you look at the top, I've segregated them on the quantitative returns and the qualitative returns. The top talks about cost, customer retention, and revenue enhancement pieces. The bottom talks about brand recognition, satisfaction, and process simplification. There are a couple of more which I'll talk about. Now, if I go into the details of these returns, what I see is at the quantitative return, a very simple arithmetic to be done is, numerator is a large benefit potential that I get out of using a mobile application. A denominator is a fixed plus variable cost. And what I get is numerator divided by denominator to find out the wow factor, or the factor that will help me as a company to adopt a mobile application. I'll give you an example. I am a data collection company which is primary into market research. My executives today come down to my specific branch, or I would say a cost center of my city. They come and collect the documents, go back to the field, do the market research, questionnaire filling, come back in the evening, the backend resource punches the data, and then the next day the report is populated that what was the entire questionnaires data all about. In a mobile application scenario, the executive gets the entire questionnaire on the mobile phone itself. He does not need to come to the branch every day. There is a cost saving of the fuel. There is time saving in terms of the executive not coming down to the branch on a daily basis. He goes and does the questionnaire filling on the field. There is a lat-long tagging done in the mobile application, so the manager knows whether the executive was there where he was supposed to be there. He completes his activity, and on a real-time basis, he updates about his field. On a real-time basis, this gets integrated with the backend systems. You don't need a backend resource who will punch in the data. There is another cost saving that coming over here, and the data is on a real-time basis available to all of us. Now, this is, in a simple nutshell manner, the power of mobile application. If I have to quantify this, if there are 5 executives doing 10 interviews in a day, the time that they save can automatically help them do at least 20% extra. So if there were 50 sets of interviews to be done, and there are 5 executives, now the same thing can be done by I would say less than 5, or close to about 4 people. Now that is the kind of saving in terms of quantifiable terms that you would like to see when a mobile application is being adopted in a company. So when I look at the first order impact or a second order impact, in first order it is all about acquisitions and retention that come into picture. The second order impact is, with the help of that acquisition and retention, what is the kind of revenue or savings that I'm having out of it. Let's look at what can a company do when it is trying to sell a mobile application, or what can a company do when it is trying to adopt a mobile application in its own group. Manpower. Immediately quantifiable things are, what is the total headcount currently, what is the average revenue generated by these headcounts, what is the average number of orders per representative, and so on and so forth from the manpower perspective. In the similar fashion, what is it from the perspective of revenues and orders that you track, what is the kind of impact that these things can have when you try and adopt a mobile application. What are your total current number of customers, what are the revenues that you're getting from your customers, and how will that be impacted when you adopt a mobile application. These are large scale things which a sales team should go and pitch to a corporate, making meat out of the mobile application for both the groups. At the same time, a corporate which is adopting mobile applications should look into these things if they have on the field a large number of population which is going and collecting. And last is the time study. What is the time spent on doing all these activities without using a mobile application, and what is the time spent on doing these activities after adopting the mobile applications. Quantifiable things, very crystal clear to everybody in the organization, and you can judge what is the rate of return for a mobile application to be adopted for any such kind of process. Very quantifiable, and this is how, and this is why rather, a Salesforce automation or a Fieldforce automation application or a data collection application sells the most. They contribute to close to about 85% of the market share of the products per se of a mobile application that are present today, especially in the Indian market, I would say. Apps don't need to be large. apps don't need to be expensive or complex to have a great return. I'll give you an example. In my earlier stint, by the way, in my current stint, I had nothing to do with mobile applications. I am the head of distribution for online and offline business with a financial company. In my earlier stint, I was working as a product head for a mobile application with Tata Docomo. In my earlier stint, I went to a company, and this was a DTH company. And we went and talked about, again, how can field force be given power of mobile application, and how can the entire process of going and collecting the sales order as well as the collection using a mobile application help the entire company. They adopted it, and they wanted next level of integration. They said, Saurabh, you have a workforce tracking solution in your company because you work for a telecom company. And yes, I do have a workforce tracking solution. I said, yes, sir, I will integrate that with you. So whatever is the daily cost that a field executive incurs in terms of his petrol expenses and other things can be calculated using the GPS piece again, and the number of kilometers traveled. So in his daily expense sheet, if he's filing 14 kilometers and if the GPS says only 5 kilometers, there is a huge difference coming out of it that can be counter-checked and cross-checked. We did that. Now, the same company tried to become extra smart, or rather wanted to complicate the process. They said, why not have a travel management piece completely of their travel request and everything also on the mobile application? I said, no, don't do that. Don't complicate your life. Let us keep it very simple. Let us keep it more acceptable in the market. And that is why we see a lot of retail mobile applications which are very predominant and I would say ubiquitous today in the market are the ones which are very, very simple to use. WhatsApp is a simple example of that. So this statement brings me to a very nice video which I saw, and before that an image also. So here a guy says, maybe we need a mobile app that gets people to use the mobile app we already have. And the next one is a video which I found on YouTube, and it was very, very interesting. I wanted to show this to you.
A mobile phone with many functions, such as a complete dishwashing function. Save loads of money on the purchase of a dishwasher. And there is more. With the built-in printer, the Samsung Turbo can make professional copies of both documents and photographs.
This is too much expecting out of a mobile phone.
Inflating the tires of your bicycle becomes child's play. You simply remove the antenna and place the phone on the valve. In less than 6 seconds, your tire will be completely inflated. In places where heating is not sufficient, you can heat up an entire room with the patented heating function. The Samsung Turbo 3000 is a full-fledged hairdryer, as well as a full-fledged razor. And as if that's not enough, you can use it as a wireless iron. Create your own music with the harmonica function. And there's more. The Samsung Turbo 3000 is supplied with a built-in toaster with which you can make delicious toasted sandwiches. If you happen to be ill, you can measure your fever. An extremely accurate thermometer is incorporated in the antenna. After you've used it, it's easily cleaned. In the event of a cardiac arrest, you can administer electric shocks. Resuscitation is a piece of cake with the patented defibrillation function. In this way, your grandmother will live for many more years to come. Of course, with today's increasing crime rates, you don't want your phone to be stolen. You can protect your personal information with the handy self-destruct function. Order the Samsung Turbo 3000 Xi Multitask now.
So I really liked it, and I thought it looks a little hilarious when you try and over-exaggerate things, rather exaggerate things for using a mobile application or a mobile phone. So another example, rather I would skip this example under paucity of time, where I talked about service engineer going, what was the problem currently, what was the solution given, and the benefits for a DTH industry. After doing the quantitative returns, let us look at some of the qualitative returns. There is a sure short brand recognition that comes into picture when you start using a mobile application, and when your mobile application is spread across, especially if you are in a B2C kind of business, for example, of a book my show kind of stuff, and where you want your customers to use a mobile application, or for that matter of an e-commerce portal. Extended demographics, ease of use, improves adherence, and improves processes. Now these things cannot be quantified, but these things certainly can be qualified, and they are critical and important from a business perspective, as important as your revenues and your number of customers that you gain. This is my last slide. I've got a lot many slides actually today. This slide talks about the use of mobile phones and the social impact that mobile phones create today in the country and in the world. One of my favorite slides, coming right from the camp of Apple team. I want to just show this to you. Some of you might have seen this. It's a video, close to about 5 to 7 minutes video, but please do watch it and enjoy this video.
Walking in the forest allows my brain to switch off and start dreaming. I lived next to this huge and lovely forest, but I couldn't walk in this forest because the problem is that I couldn't find my way.
Nearest favorite. 186 meters.
When I discovered Ariadne GPS app, I could walk independently for hours and hours. I think the word adventure is the best description. A real blind adventure.
I wanted to develop an app to help blind people explore the world. Many blind people use Apple devices. I didn't even think about choosing a different platform. With my app, they can have information about their position. They could bookmark different points and can tell when they're approaching that point. It's great. People write me from around the world saying, "Your app has changed my life."
Legs, shoulder, knees and toes, and eyes and ears and mouth and nose.
My class name is Responsible Champions Class, and happiness is our foundation.
So this is the foot. You have the foot here and you have the ankle here. The kids have so much trust in me, and I have given them a commitment, and if I don't deliver excellence and push for the transformation, what am I even doing here? You have joints all over your body, right? Teaching anatomy to kids who are actually many grade levels behind and don't know English was quite a bit of a challenge for me initially before I discovered the apps that 3D4Medical makes. But then after this app, it's made it fun to learn about our own body and skeleton. Before I started using 3D4Medical apps, the assessment showed that only 13% of the class actually mastered human anatomy. Bringing these technologies into the classroom, the mastery actually jumped to 94%. This is called the wrist. And that's something that showed me, the power of technology and the power of, really, really awesome apps.
What's amazing for us is that our apps, they've been used to teach advanced level anatomy in major universities around the world. And the same apps are also being used in elementary school in a classroom in India. We originally started off as a medical stock image company. But when the iPad came out, everything changed, because then we were not just medical reference, we were also able to do medical learning, all using animations that are beautifully highlighted on the Retina display. And also, with the processing power, we can push the boundaries of what can be done with the technology.
Over the last 3 years, I bet we've had 200 guests sleeping in this little treehouse from all over the world. The relationships we formed with some of these people, I know we'll have for a very, very long time. Airbnb makes it very easy for us to do bookings, and they take care of all the financial aspects of it. We don't really think of it as a business. It's more like meeting new friends.
How much better of a world would we be if we all understood each other this much more? Because we met each other in person and we shared culture and ideas and stories with one another. When we started, it was in our apartment, renting out airbeds. And before we knew it, we started to get castles, tree houses, villas. All these different spaces existed before us, but we've given them one place to come together. Airbnb now is in 192 countries, 19,000 cities. Thankfully, the App Store is available in almost all these countries as well. Apple makes it so easy for designers like us, for engineers like us, to stretch our imagination through the SDK, through iOS. And it immediately opens up this world of possibility.
I feel banana.
Bananas! Mackenzie's speech is somewhat difficult to understand. Her palette doesn't work the way that it should. In the world of speech-language pathology, the iPad is a tool that's definitely been embraced. We use the Tokabook apps to facilitate her describing skills. It was a yellow circle. Good job. I think the coolest thing about those apps are that they're so engaging and so fun. Kids don't realize that they're actually working on particular skills. They become a real toy for her, a tool for me, but a toy for her.
It's really fantastic to see what we have created has made a difference in people's lives. Those reactions and words we hear are more important than any downloads. We looked at the data that was out there, and the obvious choice was to develop for iOS. And iOS is so intuitive for everyone using it, regardless of age. Apps have the biggest impact on humanity right now. It feels fantastic that people can find so much happiness and use for apps.
1 year ago, I wouldn't be able to imagine that I could walk independently for hours and hours through this forest. It's a miracle.
When I will grow up, maybe I can do a business or I can be a teacher.
Thank you, Tokaboka, for enriching our lives.
Thank you, 3D for Medical, for making me a better teacher.
Thanks for bringing the world to us.
Thanks for helping me get into college.
Thanks for making bedtime easy.
Thanks for keeping me in shape.
Thanks, PlanGrid.
Thanks, Sketchbook.
Thanks, Travel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you for giving me my freedom back.
I'll be bang on time. This was my last slide. This talked about a lot of the kind of positive impact that apps have created on the humanity. There are things which are very dangerous. Something like a last seen status on a WhatsApp has challenged the oldest institution of marriage in the world. So it is all for us to see how do we use it and what do we use out of these applications. I've curtailed quite a few things. If anybody is interested in having any more details about applications and going about them. So I'm sorry, I think the last seems to hang up. It just talks about my contact details. So you can contact me on this number or in my email ID. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any of you have any questions? Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Saurabh Soni. That was really nice. So here is your certificate.
Thank you. Thank you.